Good morning. This is Kelley Hobart from Alpaca Direct, and I'm here on Technique Tuesday. And I wanted to take a look at some couple of different increases that I had discovered. But before we go there, I wanted to talk about our prize. So every week we have a prize, and for this last week it was for vintage, and the harvest color was the color that you guys chose. And so that's fantastic. And the way that you get entered to win a prize is to post comments in the comment section. And if you let us know what you're working on, that's totally awesome. We love to look at pictures. And we also like the names of the patterns. So we get so excited that we like to knit what you're knitting. And so it's wonderful. Also, don't forget to let us know where you're from and maybe something that you're working on. If you have any questions as we're going along, you can also ask questions and I can answer them for you. So that's totally awesome too. So for this week, for the prize, I was thinking two different ideas. I was thinking maybe I would do, oh, that's got a hair on it. I was thinking maybe the orange and green or Christmas colors. You guys vote and we can send the winner for this week's prize one of these options.
So red and white or orange and green?
Yes, it'll be totally fantastic. Yes, and I think I made my pumpkin out of the green and orange, and it's turning out really cute.
What is that yarn?
This is Barocco Comfort, and it is an acrylic nylon blend. It's a 50-50 blend, and it's a great washable yarn that's super soft, has completely no itch at all, and is super comfortable to wear. So for those baby knits, or I'm doing it for my pumpkin because the price of it is very reasonable and I can get a lot of bang for my buck, which I totally like. So here's my little pumpkin that I did for this week. And specifically what we're going to be looking at is we have our the SSKs and the knit two together, and then right in between I did the make one right, make one left. And here's the pattern that I followed. It's called the Cute Pumpkin Patch Pattern by Nimble Needles. And the gentleman who wrote this pattern, his name is Norman. And he had a different way to do increases that are invisible. And I really liked it. I had not seen them before. And I thought maybe you would enjoy learning how to do it too. So that's why I picked this pattern. And if you look on here, it's a black and white picture. You can see the little leaves and the I cord. And well, maybe you can see it in the color one. Do you see the leaves that he did and the I cording? You can use it for table decoration for our Thanksgiving dinner. I just thought it would be really fun to do this. So I'm going to do all different pumpkins. Like the first one that I did here, I did my make one right and make one left, or make one left, make one right. And it gave this whole decoration here. But in some applications, when you're doing your sweaters or what have you, you might decide that this is too visible and you want an invisible increase. And so I thought it would be neat to show you how to do it the way that Norman wrote his pattern. Also, this is totally cool. Okay, see my stem? Norman showed us how to use some, well, I don't know what he used on his, but he suggested putting some wire in your actual stem of your pumpkin so you can bend them whichever way you like them. And you can even do it for the leaves. And so I'll show you how I put mine in the top so that I can bend that leaf any way that I want to. I can make it straight. Let me show you. So if I wanted to make it straight, I can make it straight, or I can bend it. Isn't that cool? I thought that was a great idea. I'm like, I want to do this for a lot of different things. Maybe some hats that you want the tip of it to bend down, you know, the really long cone-shaped hats. If you want to make like witch hat for Halloween or whatever, you could put wire in the end of it and make it bend over perfectly. And I thought, oh, that's a grand idea. So this was totally awesome that I found Norman's pattern, and it's a free pattern, and you're going to give us the link for it, right?
Yeah,
so that people can.
It's on Nimble Needles, right?
Yes, Nimble Needles. I just Googled. I went to Google and I Googled Nimble Knits or something like that, and it came right up.
Meg
and so,
posted.
Yeah, it's totally fantastic. Yeah. Good morning, Meg. It's nice to have you there out there helping us. She is wonderful. She's the one that replies to all of your comments because I can't reply to your comments unless I see them live, and then I can answer your questions if they relate questions to me.
I can actually see comments today. So you have Angela,
oh, you do?
Sherry.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Sherry.
Julie.
It's nice to have all of you with us today.
Paula.
And like I said, on this little pumpkin, he has different kinds of increases and things. And if you don't want to, if the increases are a little bit complicated for you, you can always use your make one right, make one left, or just make one left. I don't know if it'll actually look like this little chain, which I think is kind of cute. I don't know. Anyways, I thought we could take a look. I have a new one that I started here because, of course, I wasn't following the pattern. I was using my own make one right, make one lefts, right? So I thought I would do another pumpkin so you could see how his are invisible. And I've already done a few rows, and you could see right here it's starting to develop, and you can't see. You can't see where the increases are. So it's totally fantastic way to do it. So, and it's super easy to do. And all the projects that I've ever knit, I have never seen a KLL or a KRL. I don't know. I don't know if it's been hiding or what, but I'm happy to find it now. So I'll be able to show you how to do that. So when you say KLL, they just mean knit left loop, okay? And so, and then KRL is knit the right loop. So here I am, I have my pattern. When you do a KLL, I'm gonna get my working yarn. Sorry, sweetheart. I'm using magic loop method. And of course I have these extra long cords that I always get the long ones so I can do my sweaters. So I'm gonna go ahead and knit. Now, typically when you do a KLL, they tell you to knit the stitch first, right? And then they want you to pick up this left loop, and it needs to be the left loop that is 2 stitches below. So it's this stitch right here. And what they want you to do is pick up this loop like that. But if that's hard for you, I find it, if I go into the back and grab it from the back, it's just as easy and it's doing the same exact thing. So if you find that your yarn is catching and you're catching strands of yarn or what have you, just go into the back. Go into the back and grab that top of the loop and bring it sideways. And it works great. And then all you do is you knit it through the back loop. And that is a knit left loop, which is a 1 stitch increase. Now I'm going to show you the mirror image to it, which is a KRL. And I have what they tell you to do is slip the right stitch of the stitch below. Now we're not going 2 stitches below. You see we're going 1 stitch below. So that is that stitch. And again, I find it's easier to grab it from the center of the back. Instead of, sometimes if I grab this left leg right here, I will catch some strands from that stitch that's on the needle. And we don't want to do that because it doesn't look as nice. You have a hard time knitting it if you're knitting extra strands. So then what you would do is you take that and hold this part, the stitch that's actually on the needle, and insert that left needle into that stitch and knit it through the back loop again. That makes sure that it's nice and tight and invisible. And then that's all you do to knit the KRL. So let's do it one more time so you can see. So I'm going to knit to my next stitch marker, and then I'll do this. The KLL is knit left loop. So I have knit that stitch, and then I'm going 1, 2 down below, and I'm going to grab it into the center just because it's easier not to grab extra strands. And then I'm going to knit that through the back loop. Okay, then I'm going to slip my stitch marker, and then I'm going to be doing a KRL. So I am going to, and that means knit the right loop. So this is the loop right here that we want to knit. So we stick that up on our needle, and I'm going to put my knitting needle in the back because I'm going to knit it through the back loop to make sure it's nice and snug and there's no holes or anything that's visible. And that's all you do to do the KLL or the KRL. So I'm going to do it one more time. I just thought this, and I want to do several pumpkins. Like on this one, I did these differently. I made them make one right, make one left. Now this one, I did one more green round, so my stem is going to be a little bit bigger, a little more green around the edge here. And this one, from the length to the top of the bottom, I repeated this pattern. It said repeat it 9 times, and I did repeated the 23 and 24 10 times. So every pumpkin that I make, I'm going to make it a little tiny bit different, because we don't want to get bored by looking at our cute little pumpkins. So that's what I'm doing to make mine different. So I am going to grab my needle from the back and grab the center of that loop. And then I'm going to knit that through the back loop. And that's a KLL, slip my stitch marker. Now I'm going to do a KRL. So I'm going to go from the back and grab that right loop, put it up on the needles with my right hand working needle in the back so that I can knit through the back loop. And that kind of twists the stitch and makes sure that you have completely, there will be no holes here. It'll just be increases without that fancy little stitching. So it's whatever you like. I always like to change the patterns up and make them my own way. And I also have, I'm thinking that for my stems, there's really some cute stem patterns out there. So I might, excuse me, not stems, my leaf pattern. And so I'm going to change that up and do that differently. But yeah, you see on here, the increases are not very visible at all. It's kind of not much to it. It won't have those huge open little things. I think sometimes if people overstuff their pumpkins, the white stuffing could possibly show through too. I wanted to show you on the stems here what I did. This wire is wire that did we get it at Home Depot, Jim? Okay. It's gardening wire. And so I was just, when I did mine, I did a couple layers of it. And then what I did is I wrapped it around like this. And then when I wanted to put it into my stem, I opened, and you don't want any sharp things. So if you just fold those over, that's good. So then this would go through the I-cord and up into the stem. And it's a kind of a wiggling thing. You have to wiggle it in there. And then, of course, let me just cut this without cutting my yarn. But this, you could do this for any I-cord for, decorations. If you want to make a wreath for the door and you're sticking little pumpkins on it or whatever, you can make them bendable, which is really neat feature. I really like that for my decorations. And see, and then you got to wiggle it a little bit. And if you have to squish it, go ahead and squish. And then it's kind of a wiggling thing. You got to get it to work up in there. And so what you're trying to do is get it so mine was kind of getting caught on those little knit stitches. You don't want it caught on the knit stitches. You want to stay in the center. And I thought this was so cute. Norman, if you're listening, thank you so much for showing me this little trick. I just love learning new tricks. It's so fantastic. I like a little stem that I can, oh, look at that little guy. He peeked right on out. So you got to wiggle it around. My other one was behaving more, but of course I'm trying to do it for you guys on camera, and it's being naughty, naughty, naughty. See, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And so you just keep playing with it and get it to go up in there. And it's
gone.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck somewhere on here. I think it's stuck on a strand of. But you see, if you get it in there, it's stuck right here. I need to take it out. But if you get it up in there, then you can take your little, see how you can turn your stem? And you can make it pliable. And then what I did with the bottom part is I took these two little things on the bottom and I butterflied it like that so it would stay in place better. And then I stuffed it. And so that's what I did to make my stem like this one. And the other one went right in. I don't know. This one's just being fussy because I'm trying to show you. But yeah, you just play with it a little bit. And I'm going to take this out because it's caught on a stitch right there. And I don't want that. But I love, 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 love the using the twisty tie to make it bendable. So if you have a table decoration, and say you're going to do a floral decoration, or you're going to do, real pumpkins or whatever, you can take your leaves and you can put them in your leaves and bend them this way and bend them that, and you can really make it cute. And so I was thinking about looking for a leaf that maybe had a leaf on both sides. So when I turn it from one way to the other, it doesn't have a bad side. It only has a good side. So anyways, I'm still doing research on it. But this cute little pumpkin pattern by Nimble Knits called the Pumpkin Patch Pattern is adorable. I am so excited to be able, and you see how cute it is even on the bottom. He's done a lot of detailed work in making this pattern. It's so lovely when we have wonderful people that are out there that are kind of artsy and creative, and they're able to share with you, and they let you download the patterns for free. It's so fantastic. It just puts a smile on my face. So you guys, as we're going along, don't forget to vote on the comfort worsted. We want Christmas colors, or do we want Thanksgiving or colors? Yes, Thanksgiving colors. You choose, and then we can send it out to the winner for next week. And you guys, don't forget, I forgot to remind you, but I will now. This is our Coeur d'Alene yarns. It's Merino Superwash, and this is a brand new yarn to Alpaca Direct, imported directly from Peru, and a wonderful factory there with beautiful, vibrant colors. And I've already used it a few times just to make sure it was good for you guys, and I love it. So I'm so excited to be able to share it with you. And it's on our website at Alpaca Direct.
It's called Superwash Merino.
Yep, it's called Superwash Merino. And so if you like machine washable yarn that's not itchy, that's your yarn. You're going to love it. So don't forget that. And then our knit clubs should be arriving for the people today, right?
Today, tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, so excited. You guys get yes, you get to make a beautiful project. So I'm looking forward to having those videos posted for you. And I'm just finishing mine up. So it'll be very soon that we do that. And what else did we have? Oh, so the one question that I wanted to answer for this cute pumpkin patch pattern, if you didn't want to use the increases that are in this pattern, you can choose your own increases, whether it's a make one left, make one right, a right and then a left, whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as you're consistent, it's going to look good. And you can use your own increases and be able to knit the pattern.
Do you know what colors you used for there was a question, what color you used for the pumpkin?
Yes, these are the exact colors. It's 9731, color number 9731 in Comfort Worsted. And this is a great yarn because, like I said, it's very economical. It's super, super soft. It's not shiny. It's not a shiny yarn. And it's very soft to touch, and it's machine washable. So there's nothing I don't like about this yarn. It's really nice. Plus, it has 210 yards. Do you know how many pumpkins I can make with 210 yards? More pumpkins than I probably want to make. And this other colorway that I used is color 9752. And I thought it was a pretty nice green for our pumpkin. There are some lighter colors of green or what have you, but these two together I thought made a really handy pumpkin. So for those of you who want to make a pumpkin, it's Comfort Worsted in 9731 and 9752. And so that's on Alpaca Direct, and you can buy it. It's very reasonably priced. I love reasonably priced yarns for my decorative things, and for sometimes we just don't want to spend $5 million on yarn for a little tiny decoration. We just want to have fun with it and not break the bank. So this yarn is perfect for that. Now let's see for
what was your winner?
Yes, I'm looking for my winner. Oh, I wanted to tell you too, for this next week, I was thinking that I might do a table runner. And while I'm on the theme of table runner, I had this cute little pattern here somewhere. And it's hiding. Aha. I was thinking I might do a table runner. Do you see that table runner? So that's possibly what I'm going to do for this next week. So I'll show you what, I'll post a picture of what the table looks like. I'll be ready for the holidays. Won't that be cool, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am thinking I'm going to do that. And it looks like a fairly simple pattern. Yes, I'm excited about that. So I will do that table runner for next week. Now let's look and see who the winner was for this week. Oh, Joyce Schmidt. Joyce, yay! You won some vintage in this harvest colorway, and everyone voted and said they like this color best. So all you have to do is get in touch with us at customer service at Alpaca Direct and give us your shipping address, and we will send it right out in the mail to you. And you'll like this yarn. I love vintage. It's a great yarn. It has a little warm wool to keep you warm, but it's still machine washable. And it is a sturdy little yarn, and it's nice to knit with, not too, it's not splitty. It is just a pleasure to knit with. So I hope that you enjoy that, Joyce. And just like I said, get in contact with us so we know what your shipping address, because we can't ship it to you if we don't know your address. So that would be bad. Anyways, now, so what I was talking about today is just a couple of different increases. And this KRL and KLL, which is increase with the right loop, increase with the left loop. And it is just another way to do increases that are invisible. And you can use them on sweaters, or you can use them anytime that you would do a make one right or make one left. And so it's just another thought for you. So you might want to try it. You might like it. I don't know. Norman really likes it. He uses these increases all the time. That's what he uses. So try it. You might like it. Anyways, all right. So I will see you next Tuesday, and I will be working on my table runner, and we'll see how I did with that. So you guys have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.